top reasons not to buy a duplex in Canada, whether you're in Toronto, Vancouver, or like me in Calgary, guys. Today I'm going to tell you the most negative aspects, nothing positive, about owning a duplex, buying a duplex in Canada. I got a backlash just from my previous videos. I made a video, no top reasons not to buy a condo. Imagine that, somebody called me and they said, your job is to make sure that people are supposed to buy properties. You have to tell them only the good things about buying the properties. It's not your job to tell people your opinion. You're, after all, a real estate agent. That, you know, your opinion on why the properties are bad, because I thought it was your job only to sell, only to tell good things. And you are doing the opposite. And I said, listen, you don't get to tell me what I got to say on my channel. And I want to cover all the negative aspects, because if that's the case, guys, if you're working with anyone in real estate who is telling you only the good, sweet things about whatever you're buying, you know what, guys, the motivation is? They probably want to get paid, that's for sure. But they are probably not acting in your best interest, guys. There is a duplex right behind me. And what do you see? Guys, so just have a look at this duplex. Let's pause the video for a second and compare both sides. And you will see, even before I open my mouth to tell you the negative things about owning a duplex, what do you see? I'm going to turn around, I'm going to tell you guys what I see. Well, I see a house painted in two different shades of color. Okay, it's one house, it has two patios. These guys have an upgraded patio. Okay, it's pretty beautiful, see, dark. And that one is some old stuff. These guys have, wow, look at this. They have a building permit. They have a renovation going on. They're on the window. They have to display it. They're doing something. Those guys, aluminum old frame windows. These guys have a new light. Those guys have an old light. Different colors. Different color of the fencing. Different kind of structure. Interesting, right, guys? What does it come to your mind about what I said? Is it all good or is it all bad about it, guys? Well, let's go to a next duplex. I want to show you something. Just keep notes, guys. I don't even have to tell you. Like, look at this, 4 squirrels fighting on that tree. Look at this. There's fight going on, guys. Look at this. These guys have a nice bush and everything. In the summer, it's going to be nice. Right now, it's all dried up. A yellow side of the house. Somebody likes that color. Okay, what do we have? An older original wooden windows. Guys, these squirrels are just taking it to the hood, like they're fighting, they're going there. There are 2 of them left. It used to be 4, now it's just 2 of them. And this side, guys, well, you see it's a different color and it's the same house. These guys get to get a green door. So, and let's walk on the street. You'll see a bunch of duplexes. Oh, look at this fence. Wow, this is an awesome fence, right? So what have you noticed, guys? Well, let's first of all tell you what define a duplex. It's one property, one house, detached. We call it semi-detached because one side is attached. There is a party wall agreement between those two. So there is a wall in between. Essentially, there are 2 families with their own entrances. So there is a home investor, an investor I spoke to, and I said, what do you think about owning a duplex as an investor? Like, is it a good idea? Because you can have a duplex. Some of them are condos. There are some condos, but majority of them are freehold, almost the entire ownership. And that investor said, Igor, you know what I think about duplex? It's like a freaking condo. You don't get to own your own place. Even here, you can see, look at these guys. These guys have a newer windows, newer door, older window, slightly different colors. Both of those guys, both of the owners of this property, they own half of the property. So quite literally, guys, the negative part about owning a duplex, it's like almost a house. You get to feel like you own a house. You get to express the ownership of free, simple ownership of owning a house. You also bear all the negative aspects of the house, like owning a house, but you are not entirely owning that house. So that's the first negative stuff you have to know. For example, look, this guy's made a new nice pathway. They probably spent $10,000 for that pathway. There is an elevator on that side too for disabilities. Cool. And I want to say, guys, on a duplex, it comes with all the negative aspects of owning a house, but you don't own the entire house. So that's a negative part. It's almost like a condo, you would say, right? So if you would, oh, there it is. I wanted to show you about different kinds of roofs. I wanted to tell you an example of that, and I found a roof like that. Look at this, guys. That part, that roof, they have a new roof and a different color of the roof from that. So it's like a freaking maze, guys. different rooms. They should have, update the fascia as well, but they didn't. So guys, when you own a duplex, you're responsible for your heating, for the outer structure of the wall. You don't have condo fees, which is great. You have to change your own windows, maintain it like a house. Even this tree belongs to that owner if it's more than 3 feet away from the city line, as far as I know. But don't quote me on that. It might be different in your municipality. So it's literally all the expenses and risks of anything going bad and breaking down, changing windows and everything is on you. But you also don't get to choose what color of the house is going to be from the neighbor, because that's their property. You might have a different shade of roof. You know, guys, we'll go behind these properties, and it can even look like slums in a way. Owning a duplex can be like that. Now, hear me out, guys. Just today, I gave the keys to a Ukrainian family that came as refugees. They purchased their duplex, part of a triplex actually, in Seaton. So they have a corner unit of that, which is awesome. It's a brand new home, and all the homes are looking astonishing. But as soon as they start getting older, like more than 50 years of age, guys, and they are older, and they require renovations, you're not responsible to who your neighbor is. And like, this one is looking pretty sweet. I like what they did. Might be actually the one owner. They actually chose the colors nicely to match each other's, complement each other's side. But your neighbor might be a dick, and you cannot change that fact. That's not your home, and they might not have the money. They might not want to deal with the renovations. They might not want to have a fence. They might be assholes, and it's not up to you. You don't get to dictate them what they would be. So essentially what I'm trying to say is, if it's a new duplex, if it's a newer property where everything is matched and everything is great, it's good. As soon as the property starts getting old and you need to change your windows, your roof, your, like the outer envelope of your property, let's say, like the siding and stuff like that, the chances are that your neighbors are not going to do that. They might not have the money for that. You might say, let's put a new fence, and they'll be like, go ahead. But I'm not doing my side of the fence because, well, it's, like, I don't have that kind of money right now. And you would renovate your part of a duplex, you would renovate your part of a property, but at the same time, for example, your neighbor wouldn't. And you cannot tell them what they should be doing, and the value of your property goes down. I call duplexes almost a house. It's like, yeah, it's great. You don't pay condo fees. There is no negatives of a condo board and stuff like that. But you really cannot just break it down and build whatever the hell you want without permission of your neighbor. So you kind of have total ownership, but not quite total ownership. And also, just like with fee simple, townhouses that don't have condo fees, like I explained in my previous video. Guys, by the way, I made a video why you shouldn't be buying a townhouse as well, and about condos and not condos, guys, as well. I made all the negative aspects. You know why I'm making these videos? And I had criticism from my clients, from sellers, who called me. They're like, Igor, why are you saying all this information? You have to sell my property after all. And I'm saying, guys, if you have an agent that's working to sell at any price, at any cost, and it's your freaking mortgage, it's your responsibility. You can get up to 30 years amortization right now as a first-time home buyer. In Canada, they increased it. Wow, great news, right? Well, if you're like me, over 30 years of age now, I'm 36 now, almost 36. But anyways, I'll be like probably 66 years old. Yeah, if I'll still be capable to pay for the mortgage, to pay to the bank. So if you're okay to pay, like me, until you're past 60, close to 70 years of age, by the time your mortgage expires, and you're willing to take that liability and be responsible for such a huge debt without knowing all the negatives of the house, that's up to you. Like, I think that if you're getting a mortgage and you're taking such a huge loan, you should know the bad stuff about the property, because all the good stuff is out there. Everybody's talking about the good stuff. Nobody wants to tell you about the shitty stuff. Like, look at the mess going on over here behind. Wow, duplexes. Oh, this duplex actually has, you see, they have like 4 garages, which is cool. Lots of garbage bins, because there's not enough space for garbage bins for everyone. Look at this cluster going on of garbage bins. I don't even know how the garbage truck picks them up over here. Probably pretty difficult. But look at this one, guys. Let's give you some examples of some things. For example, there is a duplex, one owner. Wait, holy slippery here. One owner, for example, doesn't have a shed. The other owner puts a shed on their side of the duplex because they can. For example, on this side, guys, you can see they have a double detached garage over here, but that side they have an old shitty fence. Well, shouldn't be using that kind of language to criticize people's property, but it's an older fence, like, right? Uh, on this side, you can see these guys have a newer fence, for example, as well. Now let's go, let's go, let's go ahead to the next property. You see somebody put an RV over here. One person has a wooden fence like that and a parking over here. The other person has extended their extended their backyard over here, and they have a shed. So you can just see, guys, that, well, that's actually a separate property. But anyways, you're getting the idea. You'll see more over here. You see, one neighbor decided to have this iron link fence on this side, and the other neighbor has a really awesome brand new freaking nice fence over there and a couple of parking stalls. And that's, guys, that's the duplex. That's what you should know. The negative part about a duplex, you don't get to tell what your neighbors do with their side of the property, and it can look like that. It can look messy. It can look slamish, I would say, in a way that, and it's out of your control. That's the negative part of the duplex. So you have to always be careful who your neighbor is. If they're, if they're doing well, and you also cannot control if they decide to sell their side of the property and somebody else is going to move in. You don't get to tell what their financial situation is. So literally, guys, you are almost owning your home, but you have a split lot connected to your neighbors, and the value of your property can depend on how overall it looks. People who want to buy your duplex are going to judge your property, you are part of a duplex, by the neighbors. I'll tell you my conversation with that investor. He told me, yeah, Igor, duplex is an amazing investment, but hear me out, you have to own both sides. He said it's better than detached properties to own a fourplex, side-by-side duplex with two separate suites in a basement. You can have multiple rental incomes. Guys, I'm just walking like a, in those old movies in the Chinese culture where, or Japanese, I don't know, somewhere in Asia, where they wear wooden shoes and the ladies walk like this, like these geishas. I'm walking like this because it's freaking slippery here, and my shoes are as bad as those wooden shoes right now because I lost all the grip on them. I got the cheapest shoes from Amazon, guys, because you know what? I'm not here to impress anyone. I wanted to show you the most negative parts of owning a duplex so that you know what you're getting into. And guys, I had lots of rage. I had clients who are selling properties who were saying, Igor, you shouldn't be saying anything negative. And they're like, it's not right for realtors to, I thought your job is just like this. I'm going to quote you exactly what the person told me on the phone. I thought your job was only to say the negative, positive things, not to cover anything negative and stuff like that. And your job is just to make the deals happen. And I had another realtor saying, Igor, you're stupid. Why are you doing this? You're ruining my business. My clients watched your video. Now they are confused about what they want. And now they're not trusting me as much because, the information that you provided is too much. Like, you shouldn't be stating your opinion. I want to say, guys, I disagree with that completely. And I think that if somebody is working with you and they don't want to tell you anything negative and they just want to get their cut, their commission, like, guys, we all want to get paid, that's for sure. But I think it's really unethical to get paid at any cost, to misguide your clients. You know how much I know about real estate? Guys, probably 70 times more than you do, because that's basically, no, more than that. Now, I don't know, I have to calculate exactly. But you know how many homes I purchased and sold for other people? I'm going to be listing this month, give me a second, in one condo Northwest, a property in Sundance, and I'm also going to be listing, it's already coming up in Northeast, a townhouse, and I'm going to be also listing another condo in Rosacroc. So it's about 4 properties that are coming up for sale this month that I'm selling for other people. I have way more experience, and I think it's very negligent for me not to share that kind of information that I know about the properties. I walk into people's home, I see things that you wouldn't see. I see things that some home inspectors don't see, because I've worked with so many home inspectors, I've been through so many inspections. Sometimes they make a mistake. I am not a home inspector or anything, but sometimes I point things out to a home inspector that they might have not noticed for my own clients. And I want to say, guys, I work with eXp Realty as a realtor, and I think that we need to provide a quality service to our clients by disclosing all of those things. Because you know what? Once you get the keys, you call your realtor. You know, I'll say even more. Once your conditions for purchase of the property is waived, you know, you could walk out of your deposit, but realtors still getting paid essentially, right? So they don't care, and once you got your keys, they care even less. So you are here on your own, doing your own research, and you need to know everything. And that's why I think, you know what, if somebody's unhappy with me sharing this kind of information, well, too bad for them. I want you to share all your negative stories about owning this kind of properties. I made a negative video about condos. I made a video about townhouses and about houses. Now I made about duplexes. And now, guys, people are honking at me for something and waving. But anyways, I want to say, guys, uh, just don't be that person who walks on fresh concrete over here. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Share this video with your friends. If they're searching, guys, if they're searching for a condo, tell them don't do that. Send them my video in the description of this video. And then they change their mind, they want to buy a house. You know why? It's good for realtors when you buy a house, because it's more expensive. You get to get paid more commission. Send them a video why they shouldn't be buying a house. They have to know all the reasons why they shouldn't be buying something, so that they can figure out what they want to do. Maybe I should have made a video why you should be renting instead of buying a property. There are actually benefits towards renting, and not in every case you should be actually buying a house, to be honest with you guys. Regardless of how much, how badly we want to get paid for you wanting to buy a property. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and don't forget to share it with your friends. I just turned the angle because I don't want random people on the camera, because it's going to feel them uncomfortable, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Share your stories, share this video with your friends, and all the best for you guys. Make sure you don't make uninformed decisions. Do the research on YouTube and find all the information you need before you get the keys, before you sign that mortgage, before you give your deposit, before you even make an offer for a property. Please do make best decision for you, and contact the right professionals for you. Have a good lawyer, have a good mortgage broker, have a good real estate agent for yourself, and have the people that you trust who can help you make that informed decision. It's our job and our duty and responsibility to help you, guide you through the process. And if somebody's not doing that, you didn't find the right person. Have a good one. Bye for now.